Hi, this is Raphael from Hypermode. So I needed an API for an application involving product and categories, and I wanted to be able to upsert product, delete product, but also search by semantic using an AI model for text embedding. So I'll show you the result and how I built this. So if you go to Postman and access the GraphQL endpoint that is created by Modus Dev, I can introspect the schema, and you will see that we have the query to get a product by category, search product by semantic search, and we have the mutation to delete an upsert product. So let's create some product with a mutation. I took some example here. So this one is from category computer. It's a memory card. We can query and see what has been created. We are using Dgraph as a backend. So the code is basically saving the data as a graph. So we see that we have created two nodes, one for the product, one for the category. We can observe the second product. It's creating a single product node because the category already exists. So it has also created a relationship. Let's create a third product. And we are ready to do, for example, a get product by ID and double check that we can retrieve all of this information from the database. And we can also ask everything that is linked to computers, for example, as a category, and we'll find two product linked to computers. And most interestingly, we can, for example, search by text, but this is a semantic text, for example, memory stick, and we'll see that we found something that is the card, the memory card here. And if we search for something like an input device for a computer, in the different nodes that we have, we will find the Microsoft keyboard, which is a device, an input device for computer. So you see that it's not a term matching, but it's a semantic search based on a model. So let's see first in Dgraph what we have. So we can use Rattle and do a query. We see everything that we know, a node that are products, and we actually see that we have two products here with the descriptions, and they are linked to computers. And you can see that also those nodes have embeddings, so vector embeddings. And we have another node here that is a product linked to the audio category. Let's see how we build that with Modus and Dgraph. So I use Modus new to create this API folder, and I selected assembly script language. So I started with classes. I have a class for my product with ID, title, description, and a category. It's also of class category. The category has a name. I just use an alias here because I wanted to follow some Dgraph internal naming convention. So for example, the title of a product has a predicate called product title when we will transform it into JSON. So that's it for the data model, very simple. And then if we go, for example, for the upsert product function, we are basically using the Dgraph object from the Hypermode SDK and our product classes, and we can create a JSON from the product and create a mutation and execute this mutation on Dgraph. What we have added on top of that is to create an embedding and add the embedding to the payload that we are also mutating to Dgraph. So basically, this small function has two connections, one for model and one for Dgraph. We have a Dgraph connection here, and we are using the embed text function, which is in the embedding TS, very simple. We declared an embedding model, mini-lm, and every time we have some text, we get the model and we create the embedding as a vector that will return to be saved to the database. So the Dgraph and the models, they are defined into the manifest. So in modus.json, you will see that we have a model mini-lm, which is the all mini-lm L6 v2 from Hugging Face, and it's hosted by Hypermode. So you don't have to install anything. You just have to connect with your Hypermode login and you can use it. We have also a connection to the Dgraph gRPC connection on localhost 9080. I've just started a Docker image with Dgraph and I was able to connect and save the data. So when we see, for example, the search, so the Get product is also straightforward, retrieving some predicates from Dgraph. Delete product is just about searching the product by ID and removing everything we know about it. The get product by category is interesting because we can navigate the graph by finding a category and then following the reverse edge from product to category. So now we are following category to product, and we'll find everything that is connected to this node, their products, and we can return what we need about the product. So when we do a search, the input parameter is just a string, a natural language search string. So what we do is we use the same embedding function here for the text, and we use this vector and we do a query by similarity in Dgraph. And this one is using the DQL, which is a Dgraph query language. It's using the DQL similarity to function on the product embedding predicates, returning, in my case, the top 3, and I'm computing some score and applying some threshold. So I'm returning only one instant in this case. And that's it in terms of building an API with Modus and backed up by Dgraph and using embedding and semantic search. Thank you.